microphone set up.
Here's a little story that must be told. Frank's style is as much hip-hop as you get.
When I do my runs, I just freestyle them, you know.
Even when he's like up in the air and actually spinning, it's like he's got a complete style of his own.
Always about the style.
He can do just about any grind anyway, on anything.
Franky's dope. He's really good. He just thinks he's way too good.
He's got to pull up his pants, I think.
That's my style. I like sagging my pants and wearing big shirts, I guess. It just makes me feel better.
Gold teeth are definitely a hot thing for Franky.
I think that's disgusting.
They hated it. I was trying to talk to them, they'll be like, walk away. I took them off and then, hey, what's
Yeah, he's definitely thugged out.
He comes from a fairly harsh background, you know. It's like this is his escape.
Living in the projects, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like you can't explain it, you know.
You know, it's cool to see him coming from where he did come from and seeing where he's going. It's like a Cinderella tale, actually.
We're chilling here with the females. My life is changing completely from before. I bought a car.
I'm driving down the street I've never been on.
I'm saving up money, you know. I'm gonna open my own business. Something small, like a clothing company, and then maybe something bigger, like later on. See where it goes. Kind of just freestyle it, you know.
Tricks that like anybody would kill to be able to land once every 10 times. He does them every time.
Down skating, and I think now he's just taking it to new levels.
He's forcing a lot of the other heads to kind of step up. Even if he's not winning, he's definitely pushing everyone. I think once he gets used to it and knows what he's doing with it all, he could be winning every contest.
This is only his second year on tour, and he's got, you know, he's taken some podium positions, but he hasn't won one yet, and he is due.
You are now entering EXPN.com.
Our time has come.
Ready.
A revolution.
This is no simple reform.
EXPN.com. Bring it.
Ready.
When we come back, Franky Morales and the rest of the posse on the park course. Our first skater up on the park course has actually really impressed me. His first event in Anaheim, he had a lot of tech that he didn't have last season. He's known for the big spins like this, but wait till you see when he gets on the coping. Super transfer there as he goes topside sole, then spins 360 into the other quarter pipe. Just to follow up on what you're saying, Mark, Mike has always been known as a well-rounded skater, good on vert, good on street, but he really came out with a renewed focus on street skating this year, and it's really translated into his park performance. Yeah, he never slows down in setting up for the rails now. He'll just bomb one after another after another. That's something you traditionally see from a guy like a Dominic Sagona or Franky Morales.
Right, and look at that line. It really illustrates this point. He did a topside acid straight into a kind grind, and now doing a topside mistrial up and down the rail. He's incorporated so many different grinds in this run. It's really different than last year.
Budnik kind of surveying the course. There's so much space out there. Setting up with lots of speed. At the buzzer, the alley-oop fish brain, that is pretty much his signature trick now. He can alley-oop fish brain just about anywhere.
Going topside mistrial up and down the rail and then showing off the balance on the alley-oop fish brain.
I haven't seen you do a street run that perfect in a while. You've been skating a lot more street lately?
Yeah, I just got back from a little road trip with Team Rollerblade. We went all through France. There was only one vert ramp the whole trip, so we were skating street every day. And skating with Santiago Azpurua and Franky Morales and Corey Miller. You can't help but get better.
Inline Park Spanya. 10 competitors. 2 65-second runs. Best of 2.
Well put. Santiago Azpurua, Mike Budnik said it. You can't help but get better when you're around this guy.
If you could be any person in the world, who you want to be? I just want to be myself, man. What trick would you most like to be able to do? I like to learn doing some switches. If I am a superhero in this world, I would to be La Hormiga Atómica. He's fast, he's strong, he's small. What's your favorite band? My favorite band is La Corte from Venezuela. I don't know. I like Outkast and all these guys. Hip hop and reggae. What were your last meal before I did? I think arepa con diablito, maybe cachapa con queso de mano y tomarme una cocada bien fría en la playa. What's your favorite place in the world? My favorite place is the beach. Cuyagua, in Venezuela.
Well, I never knew that about Santiago. He and I actually have the same favorite last meal. Dropping in true spin, alley, topside soul, first trick. Super technical start to this run. Real similar to Franky Morales, and both of these guys are young skaters. They bring a real street style to the park course. Definitely influenced by hip hop. You can see it in the way they skate and the way they dress.
Santiago's been called the Mack truck on street. He skates with tons of power.
Right, he's a little compact guy, low center of gravity. He does every trick with such authority. See how he jumps off of things and then lands so solid.
Backside Royale's 360 off, and he just spins with tons of speed and then starts sprinting up to the next box.
It's another similarity between he and Franky, how they spin into and out of so many of their tricks, and that's a creative use of the course as he goes wall ride on the side of the ledge box.
Time for one or two more tricks.
Difficult street trick there as he goes true spin, alley Mizu, spinning away from the obstacle. And especially liked how he incorporated some creativity into the run as well. We know he's got the technical moves as he goes Royale, alley topside soul, 270 back in, and then look at how he does a wall ride on the side of the box. That really helps to distinguish your run.
79.25, solid. Puts him in first place. When we come back, we've got a couple of rookies and this guy, the monster, Jaren Grob.
It's really important for you to stick around for some more inline park.
Round number one here on the park course. Santiago Azpurua sits way out front with a 79.25. Jason Stinsmen, here's a kid who could take it away. He's got a different style.
Last year's Rookie of the Year, showing you that difference. He loves to spin. Santiago spent a lot of time on the coping and on the rails with the technical tricks. Jason loves to get up in the air as he goes backflip 180 over the spine. Show off a little bit of the technicalities. He goes freestyle, front side, backslide. But his strength really lies in the transitions and on those wedges.
71 even will put him in third place right now. We've got the ultimate cross-section of street skaters here on the park course. We've got the old guys, Corey Miller, making it into the top 10, and a couple of rookies, including this guy, Brian Murphy.
Yeah, a few rookies came out to this contest. It's good to see Brian Murphy in his first pro contest out of Detroit, Michigan. Look at this start to his run. Hard to see from that angle. He went far side porn star, almost out of the course, then sets up faking into the bend sole. That's one of the exciting things about these new skaters. They bring new tricks, new energy to the Pro Tour.
Yeah, they don't have any preset idea of what you need to do on a park course. So they maybe take a new, fresh look at it. And that run, actually good enough to put him right now in second.
So now Franky Morales, in only his second year, but already seems like such a veteran, really establishing himself with creative lines like that. 3 tricks out of that one little section. And then straight into one of the most difficult tricks that we've seen here on the park course, 540 into the backside Royale.
You know, Franky talks about that style. He likes to wear his pants sagging, but he really pushes it to the limit.
Yeah, people will say, I don't know if you're talking about his pants or his skating, but the style is so strange that it can be distracting. But all jokes aside, in all seriousness, he really is one of the best skaters in the world, and his style is unbeatable.
How he landed back on his feet is beyond me. That was amazing. He kind of missed, almost looked like he rolled the sole on his wheels.
So now Franky, he landed that trick, and a lot of people would be happy to get away with that, doing a 360 sole and staying on their feet. And you can see the frustration. He expects so much from himself. And sort of took the momentum out of his run, but now he's back into it. He goes true spin, alley topside sole, but you see he keeps raising his arms. He's like, why did I mess up on that 360 sole? 540. Super run. It looked good from here. Franky does not seem pleased with it. But he will get another shot. Such a big spin into the grind, and you can see when he doesn't land perfect, he's frustrated with himself. Why?
I just gotta land all my stuff. Just didn't land everything right now,
So this is not the Franky I know. You're normally happy. You're getting crazy. You're looking a little down today, man. What's up?
I'll be sick and tired. I can't breathe, so just not in a good mood.
Well, he'll get another chance. Now it's time for Jaren Grob to light up the course, and that's what he does every time he hits a park.
All right, in contrast to Franky Morales, Jaren looks like he's having fun out there already, bouncing around. He's got a smile on his face. Now he's going to charge the course as he goes 360, clearing 12 feet on top of his sub box.
Wow, tons of speed. He's hitting every box, just one after another.
Yeah, everyone really gets into the energy that Jaren brings to the park course. Makes for an exciting run. It's why he's been able to take so many podium finishes. 900 over the box just makes everything look so exciting. Even an alley fish brain, like we just saw, it's a technical trick, but the way that it looks kind of out of control, it makes everything so much more dramatic.
He definitely had really thought out every second of his run here. There's no hesitation. He knows just where he's going.
Well, it's important to have a line worked out when you come into these pro contests. You can't really get out there and think that you're just going to freestyle. You got to fill the entire run with back-to-back tricks. You got to know where you're going next.
Chock full of tricks, even there, a little 540 up on top. Going down, but at the buzzer, that's not going to hurt him too much.
You can see that he's happy with the run. He knows he had a good performance. Let's take a look at what he did in this thing. 360, that's what Jaren does in a lot of his runs. He finds the highest point in the course, and he does something, and of course, the 900.
Consistency the last couple of comps has really picked up from last year, you know. What is it that you've done to really, pick that up, and is it something that you've concentrated on?
I've just been riding a lot, skating all the time, so that's about it. Just skating, that's it.
What's planned for the last run? I know that Jaren Grob, the monster's definitely going to bust something out there.
Just go crazy. Have fun, man. It's awesome. It's a little early, that's the only problem, but besides that, it's good.
Jaren Grob sits within striking distance of this guy, Santiago. We'll see what happens when we come back. It's B3, and it is the park course. Rehydrating is Jaren Grob. He sits in second place with one more run to go. This is our leader, Santiago Azpurua.
The second rounds are usually more exciting than the first rounds. It's when the skaters bring out all their tricks. So Santiago knows that he has to have another good performance if he wants to stay off the rest of this field. Alley topside sole has started out. And then that's an illusion spin fakie 360. He spins one direction, looks over the other shoulder.
Tons of speed, very smooth, puts his feet down with emphasis.
Okay, so this is interesting. He's on his feet, but the judges know that in the first round he spun 270 out of that trick. So it's an interesting dilemma where they say, well, we know that in the first round he spun 360 out of that. So he's landing these tricks, but they don't have the same difficulty as they did in the first round. So this probably won't be as high as his first run score, even though if you look at it, it's a good run. He's on his feet, he's landing his tricks.
Similar line. There's a little wall ride, but he's left the door wide open for Jaren Grob, who actually had a nice run, but not the best I've seen him skate either.
True spin, alley-oop Mizu to finish it off. So it's a great run. Santiago, you can see, is unhappy with it. We're going to show you why. Frontside Royale, alley-oop, topside soul, and then there he gets stuck. He wanted to spin out of it, and that took him out of his rhythm. So he's going to have to settle for his first round score.
All right, you're in first place, although you still got a lot of good guys up in their second round. You think you can hang on to the top spot?
I don't know, but it's all right, man. I just like my tricks, and I just have fun, you know?
Another super creative guy, Pat Lennon. He'll always come up with a new line.
You said it. That first trick, he went soul grind across that ledge box and then jumped, cleared the gap into the flat bank. And now setting up for... What? Excuse me. Far side soul. The backflip, that's unique. And frontside unity.
Wow, enter the circus tricks. That's pretty amazing.
So here's another unique skater, Ryan Dawes. He's out of Plano, Texas. My hometown, I got to mention that. But Ryan brings a really unique style to rollerblading. He does a lot of things that, while sometimes are crowd pleasers, they're sort of frowned upon in rollerblading. That may be overstating it, I'm being a little harsh about it. But watch this trick. We saw this in the prelims. Some kind of pommel horse routine.
Looked like you ripped up the street course pretty good there. Tell me about this whole pommel horse thing that's going on this weekend. No one's seen it before. Everyone's talking about it. What's going on?
I don't know. It was there, and I was like, well, I can do that kind of stuff, so I might as well use it like no one else could. So.
Well, you can't deny the creativity out there.
Just because you can do it doesn't mean you always should. You know what I'm saying? So here's Corey Miller, 27 years old. Took a hiatus last year to be a team manager of Rollerblader, so now he's doing double duty. He's competing. Nice to see that you don't have to retire to the broadcast booth at 25.
Still getting up, getting aggressive. Now here's a new face, Chris Fleener. Very talented out of Houston. Doesn't at all seem intimidated that this is his first pro competition.
These rookies really are coming out with a lot of confidence, and there is a precedent for it. A lot of the rookies in the past seasons have come out and had great seasons, great performances right out the gate. Chris Fleaner, Brian Murphy, a couple guys continuing that tradition. Their first pro contest. Over the launch box, 900, and with tricks like that, why not have confidence? Big wall stall, setting up for the spine, and then hucking that 720, laying out completely horizontal over the spine. That was the best landing we've seen all weekend. Setting up fakie 270, backside Farfig Nugan. That's the way you want to do it. Mix it up between the big spins, also show off those technical grinds, and some creativity. That's what you want to do. All these different elements. These are things the judges are looking for. Creativity, the line, the difficulty, and of course the consistency. He's staying on his feet. Super performance for the rookie out of Texas. Again, another creative line. Also has some difficulties. He goes up the ledge box and then 360 into the bank.
Twice he's creatively used the planter boxes, having a little trouble at the end of his run. He had tons of momentum up until the last two tricks, and then it kind of fell apart.
Well, he just wasted a little bit of time, but look at these tricks. 900 over the box, just like Jaren Grob, which is not a bad guy to emulate. And then this is all one line, 720 over the box.
Plano, Texas, Ryan Dawes.
75-75, the rookie sits in third. Sitting in second, it's Jaren Grob. He's capable. He's coming up next. D3 presented by 1-800-COLLECT is brought to you by PacSun. For store locations, log on to PacSun.com. And by the only motor oil that provides the most protection, Castrol DTX. Drive hard. So with two runs complete, Santiago sits in first place, 79.25. There are three skaters to go. Jaren Grob, Franky Morales, and this guy, Jason Stinsmen. Signaling the judges he's got a new trick.
Jason Stinsmen spends a lot of time at Camp Woodward. We've seen how Woodward culture has influenced the action sports. Jason Stinsmen showing the double backflip. He was saving that for the second round. That's what the second round of the finals is all about, bringing out your biggest stunts. It's all on the line here in the second round. Jason Stinsmen, in his second year, he is going for it here. He wants to have a strong finish. And this is the way he has to do it. It's going to be in the air. Jason Stinsmen, unlike some of these technical street skaters, he cannot rely on the grinds. He's got to have a huge performance up in the air, off those wedges, off the transitions, charging around the course.
And when he does go for the grind, so he's got to stick him and he's got to nail him all the way off the end like he did there with the freestyle.
So having a solid performance so far, as you mentioned, with the freestyle, front side, backslide, spending a lot of time on the rails and the coping. Would like to see him in the air a little more as he goes topside ASA, because he cannot compete with Franky and Santiago on the rails. The only way he's going to separate himself is by taking it to the skies. Now he's headed for a launch box.
And just a 540, looks like he ran out of gas. He could have finished that run with a 900.
So this will be a strange one to score. Jason spent a lot of time grinding in this run, and he should have stuck with what got him here, the big airs and that double backflip. First time it's ever been landed in a contest.
Well, I saw everybody going off. I was like, well, that's the biggest trick I know how to do. Might as well huck it. I haven't tried it all year since Australia. Landed the first try.
And he was rewarded for it. Right now sits in second place, bumping Jaren Grob to third.
So Franky Morales is a skater who can afford to spend some time on the coping and on the rails, has so many difficult grind variations. Two different styles between Jason and Franky, but it doesn't matter what kind of style you got, you still got to stay on your feet. Franky Morales, one of the best skaters in the world, one of the best styles, but if you don't land your tricks, hard to earn those points. Setting up for the launch box, and we saw how frustrated Franky got in the first round. You know he's not going to be pleased with this run. Lands the 900, and he almost says to himself, why couldn't I have done that sooner?
Well, this isn't about placement, whether he's second or third. Jaren, if he can put it all together, could be first place.
And Jaren loves to be in this position. He loves to skate for the crowd. He loves to skate when the pressure's on. Going fakie 270 topside sole. He's raised the difficulty level here in the second round. That's what you have to do if you want to win. A lot of skaters bring out their best tricks in the second round. Jaren knows that. He's familiar with this competition format. Only the better of 2 runs counts. He had a good first round score. He's trying to raise it here in the second round. 900 over the box. Alley-oop fish brain. Super run so far.
He's already become such a veteran to the competition scene. He knows how to put together a perfect run.
In contrast to some of the other skaters we've seen in the second round, where Jason Stinsmen ran out of gas at the end of the run, look at how Jaren's still going. And remember, Santiago Azpurua didn't even have a perfect second run, so he was unable to raise the score. Jaren Grob right now doing exactly what you have to do in the finals, putting it all together in the second round, raising the difficulty, keeping the energy level high.
And a lot of camaraderie. If you look there, Santiago is actually cheering Jaren on.
Backflip over his spine just at the end of time, putting those horns in the air. He knows that was a super run. Santiago can only watch and wait.
900, absolutely explosive. The alley-oop fish brain, trick after trick after trick. Jaren Grob was just on, and he's rewarded with an 81 that puts him on top.
So the American Jaren Grob avenges the American vert skaters who are shut out in the vert contest. And how about those rookies in 5th and 6th place, a respectable first finish.
Run me through your contest. You came out in prelims, leading the whole way, but coming to this second round, man, you weren't leading anymore. Yeah, what was going through your head coming into it?
I just wasn't feeling good this morning, and then right about my second run, I started feeling real good. So everything went good for me, landed all my stuff.
So Jaren Grob inches his way closer to #1 in the overall ASA Pro Tour rankings, and Santiago moves his way into the top 5. Now, if you want to know when this and all of the other B3 shows air, check out EXPN.com. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to EXPN.com.